Today on the Terrible Warriors, Derek the Bard throws together a game in the last second. We had intended to play Mass Effect Paragon Disclosure. However, sometimes life just gets in the way. And so with only 12 hours of preparation, our game master gathered together Mike, Tiff, Alex, Justin, and Bree to form SG-12. Oh yeah, that's right. Our backup go-to game is Stargate. And as our team is put together, they'll have to put their differences aside, learn to trust one another, and step through a wormhole to another planet on the other side of the galaxy to solve a mystery. What kind of mystery? Well, I can't say much until Derek sets up the exposition, but I am allowed to tell you the name of this episode: The Shield of Mars. And the brave men and women of SG-12, they are your terrible warriors.
Greetings, terrible listeners. Yes, it's Thursday, and that means you get to hear me, because it's all about me. And the other guys. Mostly the other guys. So we made some promises at the end of the Veilmount game about what we were going to be running. And then, as is a tradition of Thursday afternoon games, we weren't able to run it. We wish Connell a speedy recovery. So anyway, we're doing something different. That's right, Mike Dodd is not running this game because I am. And what am I running today? Stargate.
Because why not?
Insert dramatic theme here.
And I'd actually like to just dedicate this episode to a certain someone who requested that I run Stargate because I made her sit through watching Gods of Egypt. Aaron, this one's for you. And joining me...
Also dedicating to Connell. I mean, for God's sakes, pass that stone, get back to the show. You're going to be fine, and we miss you.
We didn't want to talk about the illness. I wasn't going to mention it.
No, we got Batarians to kill Connell. Hurry up and heal.
Obvious,
there you go.
I'm afraid now of ever involving any of our Toronto people on your Thursday show because your Thursday show is cursed. And
Kinda is. Now, but seriously, we couldn't have Mass Effect without Connell punching a spaceship, so we're doing Stargate instead.
Yeah.
And joining me, shout out your names at random intervals.
Justin!
Mike Birdman Dodd!
Justin again!
Alex.
Justin!
Tiffany.
Hey.
Bree, I'm here. Hi.
Justin!
There we go. We'll actually have an established order for the next episode.
Probably
by rank.
Yeah,
Actually,
sure.
we should probably introduce our new player to the table. He's a longtime listener, and this is your first time ever role-playing, isn't it?
Probably. I thought I did something in high school, but if the fact that I don't remember doing it means I probably didn't.
Or you're just
That
very
just sounds like a
old.
really
Alex
good
In
time.
which case, you're in good
and
company.
boy Ricci.
This is all new.
Breaking you
We're going to
in,
launch you
breaking
into
you
the
in.
deep end, buddy.
Good
We're
Lord.
going to pop your RPG cherry right now.
So welcome to the
my.
Trial by Fire. We've gathered you all here.
I suppose you're wondering why I called you all here today. To discuss the case of me murdering you.
Oh, gosh.
But no.
Oh, no.
But seriously, getting down to brass
Yeah, I already
tacks.
did that in
on this.
Orlandia.
Yeah.
We are playing a game set in the world of Stargate SG-1. And all of our players will be making up the team of SG-12, which I only found out later on canonically was fully staffed on the show.
So we're on
So-
Team SG Red Shirt. This is awkward. They haven't even had
yeah.
time to clean out the lockers.
That moment when you realize that there's a planned, they've already planned to replace you the moment that they've hired you on. They're already taking more people to SG-12. They're like, why didn't you guys remove the call on Craigslist? And they're like, oh, we just forgot about it, guys. No big deal.
Why do they
That's us,
have
SG
name tags?
Craigslist.
Why do they have name tags and we don't have name tags?
The first sign of trouble should have been when Major Barrett started talking about his lucky red shirt. I know he always wears his lucky red shirt under his BDUs.
No, the first call should have been, why is SGC soliciting on Craigslist?
It's
Someone
like
needs
I don't know, it
special
worked for the Void.
intergovernment Craigslist.
Yeah, it's true.
Super villain Craigslist.
I'm not Craigslist, man. crazy awesome characters on there.
But to be serious, we have actually two to three sort of groups coming into this game. The first group is the surviving core of SG-12. This game is set in around about seasons 1 to 3. We're going to remain a bit vague. The only important things that you need to know: Earth is a protected planet. Carter's a major. Apophis is still not dead yet, because Apophis' ship, as we have established, is always in a perpetual state of explosion. And I think that's about it.
All right.
Oh, and they have a magical gate that can take you anywhere in the galaxy.
That's probably important.
Oh my God, yes, and we should probably explain the premise of Stargate briefly. For those 3 people in the audience who have never watched the movie or the show, there is a gate built by ancient aliens that connects to other gates all over the galaxy. There are evil ancient Egyptian aliens who pretend to be gods called Goa'uld. There are nominal good guy gray aliens called Asgard who pretend to be the gods of the Norse.
Did I ever tell you about
And
my
the U.S. military mucks it all up.
Did I tell you about my Jewish friend David, who runs a Seder Gate every year, and it's a Stargate themed Seder?
Oh my God, that
And
sounds
Wow.
where he gets everyone together to remember the times when the Israelites were the slaves of Egypt and then rose up against their masters and buried the Stargate.
Oh man, I miss James
the
Spader.
top.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still alive. I just miss him. Just think.
Come back, Spader.
Come back to things, James Spader. Anyways.
Anyway,
6 minutes in, let's start a game.
yeah, so I would like to introduce the core of SG-12, starting with their recently promoted commanding officer.
That would be me. I am, like I said, Mike Birdman Dodd. I will be playing Captain Frank Rollins. My concept is I am an adventurous Marine, but I don't take life exactly too seriously. Think of me as Hudson from Aliens, just less panicky. Would be a good way to describe myself. I also carry around a giant M249 machine gun, my SAW squad automatic weapon. I've nicknamed Betty. So hopefully I'll introduce you to Betty at some point.
I hope not.
And your archaeologist on the team.
Yes, I am. This is Tiffany, for those of you who know me, because not a lot of you do. I was expecting to play an Asari today, but I'm actually playing a scientist named Jessica Crenshaw. She is an underestimated Valley girl, and she's incredibly obsessive compulsive. So.
Oh my God.
Oh, dear.
It's gonna be so much fun, you guys.
And your...
XO.
Yeah, pretty much your XO. There are only 3 of you. So, more or less the other guy who's a military officer. Your XO. Take it away, Alex.
Okay, so I'm Lieutenant Stevens.
What's your first name?
Al, just to make it simple.
Ow.
Figured, can't forget my own name.
What's your rank?
Lieutenant.
Lieutenant.
In the Marine Corps intelligence officer, essentially. Think reconnaissance, as well as
Scout sniper.
Scout sniper, sort of a communications wizard as well.
Fantastic.
So you're the guy setting up the satellite on the alien world that shouldn't work because there's no satellites on alien worlds.
Exactly. I'm the one that plugs in and uses Deus Ex Machina to make things work, and magical words and
I love
semantics.
and whatnot. Yes.
Technobabble. You're Sergeant Technobabble.
Sergeant Technobabble.
Well,
correct.
Yes, and he is a portion of Sergeant Technobabble.
Yes.
Our new recruit to SG-12, however, is your true and proper Corporal Technobabble.
Corporal Technobabble June Jackson, or JJ, signing in. I thought they were sending me to Kandahar, not to
The Ragnarok hasn't
literal.
happened yet. It's like 1998 or 1999.
I thought they were sending me somewhere. Like, to be
the
honest,
Gulf.
I was
Kuwait.
Bosnia.
7 in 1998, so I thought they were sending me somewhere else. But did you know that aliens are real? This is not.
thing.
I just fix things. I don't.
Oh, honey.
I don't. I just look. I just came here to fix anything
Jessica will take her
mechanical,
under.
not look at aliens.
So you just passed all the aptitude tests, and they're like, you're gonna be going somewhere, and because you're the best at what you do, and you can just get your shit together.
Pretty much, yeah. And then they sent me here, and everyone was like,
they
by the
handed you
way.
a whole bunch of weird-looking technology, didn't tell you where it was from, and said, how does this work? What does it do?
Oh, she got the Men in Black test, where they didn't know what she was being tested for. And then she was able to be.
And then
she was
they
able to
burned
make
off
one
your
of.
fingerprints.
You were able to fix one of those snake gun weapons and get it working again. I'm like, that shouldn't have been possible.
That's my life now.
In the long term of the series, it would turn out that Corporal JJ has the ancient tech gene.
There you go.
Oh. Yeah, later on you're there turning on friggin' thrones and buried chambers.
But for now, you're being seconded to the team to make it work because their last doctor, who we will refer to throughout this game, and is in fact named Dr. Josh Hastings.
You rolled a 6 there on the lottery, I see.
Yep. As we slowly eliminated people during the Veilmat game, it went from being a D12 to a D6.
That's okay. So you have now for the remaining members of the lottery, you have a 1 in 6 chance of being named here on our campaign. So Dr. Hastings was our former doctor in the team.
Yep, Dr. Hastings unfortunately was killed in your latest field mission, where he took a staff blast to the chest.
Oh.
Well,
Not a fun way to go.
Messy.
Cauterized, at least.
And pretty quick.
Yeah,
Painful,
I mean,
though.
of all the ways to go, better that way than, a Goa'uld hand device or something like that.
Yeah, I'd rather not be vaporized.
Just having your brains pulled out of your nose.
Yeah. So it's been a few weeks since that point in time. You've had a chance to physically recover. You've gone through all your debriefings. You've done reports. You've gone through all of your mandatory psych appointments. Because they don't really talk about it much on the show, but after that kind of thing, they do tend to shove you in front of the departmental psychiatrist. Because you're part of a secret government program and you're kind of not exactly expendable.
Even as
Tell that to the red
SG-12?
shirt that I got. Why am I wearing this?
It's tradition. You wear the red shirt under your uniform.
Fair enough. I'm guessing it's lucky. I'm hoping it's lucky.
And just keep your life insurance program up to date.
Okay, fair enough.
Always have a designated, beneficiary.
We're terrible people.
Yes, we are.
We're terrible warriors.
Yes, we are.
And SG-12, you're called to the briefing
Terrible
room by
warriors, we're here
General
to say,
Hammond.
always keep your will up to date.
Yeah. Now shut up. I'm
What was
talking.
Justin character?
No, shut up. I'm talking.
You're going to meet Justin in a moment.
Okay.
You are called to the briefing room by General Hammond, and sitting with him is another officer. Justin, introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm another officer, but I'm in like the jacket and tie kind of get up right now, not in fatigues, and I'm just sitting there with a notepad out at the table. I don't say hi to anyone. I'm just marking things down as each of you enter the room. As Hammond is standing there looking perturbed,
Not
annoyed,
happy.
not happy, but also like that look on his face that his hands are tied.
Not happy in that way that only Don Davis could look.
There's only a handful of people that can tie Hammond's hands. And there's, he's got a chain
Besides
of
his
command
wife.
as well. Besides his wife. Heyo. And O'Neill on the second Thursday of every month.
Whoa.
Sorry, that's my
All right.
headcanon. That's my headcanon. That's why he got promoted. Sorry.
SG-12, please have a seat. This is Captain Murphy from the DoD. He is here to audit the Stargate program.
Well,
So what does that mean for me and my team, sir?
Well, he's going to be accompanying you along on your next mission and observing how you act in the field, your use of equipment, and then performing an audit of this base before taking his findings back to the DoD.
have
Justin, what
concerns.
does your character look like?
He looks G-man. He looks very kept. Close cropped hair. Press suit. He looks stern. He has seen field service. He's not just a pencil pusher. He's not an office man. He's got a military background. But he's got that. If you remember I don't know if you've ever watched Boardwalk Empire, but the Fed who's leading the charge for prohibition, that kind of stern jaw look is kind of what Captain Murphy has here. And just as Hammond finishes his spiel, I speak up and say something along the lines like, we have concerns about the vast resources that are being put in to keep this project running. We're here to find if there are efficiencies and find the waste and cut that out, because it's getting more and more difficult for the current administration to justify why so much money cannot be accounted for. Obviously, since out of character, Stargate isn't exactly mentioned in the congressional budget, but there's a smokescreen of people that are avoiding to pay their taxes in overseas, and that's why the money's not there. But in reality, it's all going to Stargate, and so there's concerns that not all of this might be exactly necessary. So you're here to show me why this is necessary.
So I have to take this pencil-necked accountant with me fighting Gual. Sir, is this really necessary? Like, can this guy not go with SG, 4 or something?
I'm sorry, Captain. My hands are tied on this one. SG-12 was the only team available for this mission.
This is lame.
Not
Pencil
the
neck.
field promotion I wanted.
This pencil neck paper pusher, Captain Rollins, has been appointed by the President of the United States to oversee the resources of your team. You will follow your orders, as I will follow mine. Unless you
Well, let's
don't
not
respect
forget when you're in the field, you're under my command.
Unless you don't, of course, respect the will of the American people and the tax dollars that go into paying your salary.
I'm just going to interject and say that Jessica's leaning back in her chair, twirling her hair and watching this with like a glee on her face.
Well, if we could spend a little less money on, gold-plated toilets for Air Force One, maybe we could have a little more efficiencies in the field. Because I'm pretty sure the healthcare budget for senators could be cut back a little bit. Efficiencies and all that. I read the papers.
JJ has completely taken apart a mechanical pencil and is now trying to rebuild it as something else, so she doesn't have to look at anyone.
Captain Rollins.
Sir.
As I said, my hands are tied on this one.
As you
You'll
wish,
work
sir.
with Captain Murphy in the field, and you will allow him to do his job. Am I understood?
Yes, sir. He will follow my orders, though.
Captain Murphy?
I have no intention of putting your team or any member of this command in any jeopardy. I am an observer, but should things happen to involve... Well, we have had concerns about your involvement with American foreign policy and making contact with people outside of regular stated procedures, but, I'm not going to put anyone in danger.
I don't think the Knox are going to be voting Democrat this year. I don't think you got to worry about that. So we're good either way. All right, so...
Captain
All right,
Murphy
General.
is cleared for field work.
All right, cool. He can test the water when we get there. All right, so what's our mission, Captain? Or General, sorry.
The video screen slides down, and he shows you a location on the star map. This planet is designated P7N345. We sent a MELP through. The video showed significant construction around the Stargate. We sent an aerial drone in, and this is what it found. And you get the view as the drone shoots through the Stargate. You get the crazy silver lights as the drone translates through the Stargate, comes out the other side, and starts banking into the air. There are columns. It looks like the Stargate is built inside the remains of maybe some sort of like Greek or Roman temple. And the drone starts cresting towards a hill. And as it goes over the hill, expanding out from the base of it, there's a river coming down from the hill, cutting through a city. The city, okay, you know the aerial shots in Gladiator of Rome?
Yeah.
It looks like that.
Oh.
It's this expansive city of marble. There are roofs plated in like green verdigris covered copper.
Yeah, out of character, this is a period in the show when these kinds of civilizations don't exist because all the Stargates listed go to Goa'uld territory where they don't allow civilization to crop up. So
or where
everything
they
ends up
keep
being small
specific
settlements.
levels of civilization.
Yeah, okay.
And you can see off in the distance, it looks like there's some kind of like quarry or mine dug on the other side of the city. And just as the drone is about to pass over the city's walls, there's a shimmering, translucent gold dome appears over top of the city. The drone hits it and starts falling backwards. And as it does so, Hammond switches to a different video feed on it, and it shows multi-spectrum analysis. And you can see some kind of energy pulse coming out from a hill in the middle of the city with a building that almost looks like a temple on it.
Huh.
And then the feed goes out. Whatever this city is, whoever lives there or did live there, they appear to have possessed the technology to create a barrier over the entire structure. SG-1, wow, okay. Hammond only addresses missions to SG-1 ever in the show. SG-12, I want you to go in, and if you can, find the source of this barrier. What is it? Is it a force field? Is it some kind of weapon? Study it, find out if the city is inhabited, and perform initial reconnaissance. Questions?
Yes. Now, I've been sitting in the corner quietly staring at the suit the whole time. And I've turned, watched the screen, and my first question is there any sign at all of recent life there?
We're not sure. The MELP hasn't detected anything, and the drone was taken out of commission before it could perform any long-term reconnaissance.
Plant overgrowth, anything like that?
Around the gate, no, but that's not unusual. We suspect that if there's a city, there are probably people in it. But we've also found empty cities before.
Do we recognize the technology?
Don't usually
Does it
allow
seem like
large
it's
cities.
Goa'uld, maybe? So I know they've got shields.
They haven't shown them on this scale outside of a starship, though.
That's true. So
Planet with an unburied Stargate, easily accessible nearby to a large city. Goa'uld don't tend to normally let those things just crop up.
And there were no excessive radiation signatures, no strange temperature readings. It seems
Not until the shield went up.
Not until the shield went up.
Out of character, Derek, would there be any sort of language or hieroglyphic type?
Do you want to make me a lore check, Tiff?
Sure. Actually,
First roll of the game.
First roll, yeah. So
yeah.
let's roll
the game.
Lore.
Am I rolling them all?
4 dice.
Okay. So
Big money, big
I
money, big
got
money, big
some
money.
of all 4, 1, and I have 3 blanks and a plus.
Okay, so that's 5, and I'm going to give you +2 from your specialist stunt in archaeology.
Right. Okay.
So that's a 7.
Okay. Yes.
From what you can see from the MELPs, especially from what the MELP got, you're pretty sure it's Roman in construction.
Okay.
The style of the pillars, the style of the buildings, They look distinctly Roman. You don't see any inscriptions. Then you look at, you take some freeze frames from the drone. That could easily be a well-developed Roman city.
Huh. Okay. I'm gonna tell everyone that now then. Okay, so Jessica leans back in from where she was leaning back on her chair, enjoying the back and forth that the G-Man and the gun nut was having, and looks at the screen, adjusts her glasses, and says, "So, from what I can tell, we've definitely got some ridiculously civilized, like crazy Roman tech and archaeology. Like it's ridiculous what I'm getting here, but I really think that this is some sort of really advanced Roman type society. I'm gonna need to get in closer so I can actually see if there's any sort of any sort of text that's there, but I have a strong feeling we're going to be able to find something really freaking cool."
Jess, what's your last name again?
Crenshaw.
So, Crenshaw, you said Roman. I'm not exactly book smart with this. Are we talking like the Gladiator movie Roman?
I'm talking plinths. I'm talking marble. I'm talking, those crazy, adorable little leather skirts that the gladiators wore. Yes.
Okay, so Russell Crowe. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay then, guys. Well, at least we have some kind of an idea.
Can I have JJ roll real quick on her alien technology specialist to come up with anything about what we might be looking at here? All right,
sure, give me a roll.
I'll roll. Hold on, we're just doing this for the first time. So I've got a
1 plus, 2 minus, and a blank.
Yeah, so sum of all four is -1, but I have a +2 for my alien technology specialist.
So
it runs on AA batteries.
It appears to run on some form of electricity.
Good. This is going well. I'm going to keep rebuilding this mechanical pencil.
No. I mean, what did you roll in total, Bree?
My total sum of all four was a -1.
Oh, okay. So your lore. So you still got a 4 then.
It was a -1, and she had a +2 on the stat. So I got to deal with it.
Yeah, and we're doing a lore check for this. So that's 5. So you got a 4. So that's actually pretty good.
Oh, okay.
Going by the success ladder, that's actually called great.
Oh.
Yeah.
Surprise.
This alien technology, it looks like it looks similar to footage that they've shown you of the shields on a Ghoul mothership, but at the same time, they don't have any recorded information of a shield of this size used on a planetary scale, on like a terrestrial scale.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, unless they've got a Ghoul mothership hidden underneath that hill, which seems unlikely.
Well, they do land.
Well, they do land, but
they just don't tend to build cities over them.
They're pretty obvious when they land. They're giant pyramids.
Well, that temple right in the center, there's no chance that there could be a mothership under it.
The hill it's on top of doesn't look like it's the right size or shape for it.
Okay. I mean, unless it had crashed and it was there for long enough for this whole city to be built around it. This
That's
could
certainly
be a mothership
possible.
crash site.
And there doesn't appear to be any major technology that would be out of place other than the shield itself, right?
That's correct.
So there's not we're not seeing computer terminals or interfaces or anything like that. We're not seeing digital signage or anything weird inside of this.
Well, maybe we'll get lucky and no one will be home.
A land-based mother shield.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
All right, guys.
Well, you have a go.
All right, team, go get your kits.
Gonna need a montage.
And let's do this.
You all show up. You've got your uniforms on. You got your P90s.
Got our red shirts on underneath everything else.
SG-12, Team Red Shirt.
I would like everyone on this mission and their kit to be carrying suppressors, though. Let's just say we do run into trouble. I'd rather they not know where we are immediately. So have silencers just in case. Not that they'll do us much good, because I'm going to presume, Derek, we're playing by real-world suppressor rules.
You are playing by... Actually, wait a minute. No, because SG-1 doesn't play by real-world rules on suppressors.
Oh, so silencers do movie science. Okay, I like it.
Pew! They just spit. They go.
I just watched an episode yesterday where they had someone use a silence pistol, and it went pew-pew.
Okay, so I love movie science. Yes, and everybody have suppressors on their weapons, and let's try not to make too much of a ruckus as I
It's the man
at
carrying a
Betty.
machine gun.
That's Betty's job. When she talks, people listen. All right, let's fire up the Stargate. Let's dial into some fun, boys and girls.
Obligatory Walter up in the command center. Walter being the true hero of this show. Chief Master Sergeant Walter Harriman, whose sole job is to run the damn gate.
He's like a
He's a guy
telephone
with hero.
operator.
Well, he's
For every-
guy with
Transporter
glasses.
Chief O'Brien.
Every episode.
He's the Transporter
Yeah.
Chief.
Yeah, pretty much. He's O'Brien.
Yeah.
Oh.
Except
And
if
Chevron
O'Brien also had
7
to deal with the fact that his transporter might also have incoming nuclear missiles at any other given day. Something's coming in through the gate. I don't know what the signature is.
I'm gonna look at Captain Murphy like, so this is your first time through the gate, huh?
I've read your files.
Push.
Were we up on the ramp already? I
You're at the
Okay,
base of the ramp. I mean, you.
I turn to Rollins and go, maybe I should have gone first.
Oh, let him. He wants to audit everything. It'll be great. It'll be fun.
You really have a terrible problem with authority.
He
Mike,
was.
If you want to make a
And
physique
And
check
Dodd,
to try
it's
and
too
push
bad
him
because out
through,
of character, I was
Bet I
ready to
do.
actually throw on my smile and say, "Call me Cliff," and try and make a rapport with you. But you just pushed me through a Stargate. So, all right.
Yep.
I got-
You relent to that, Justin, or do you want him to
unlike-
actually make...
No. I'll let that happen. Whatever. Let's go with it. Unlike June, though, I did want to. I'm not playing into the trope of the guy who's like, "Oh wow, oh clumsy guns. I've never held this before."
You're capable.
Clive or Cliff, if you'd asked him properly, he holds himself. Yeah. Because we've already got
Okay.
one scatterbrain on the team. I didn't want to just copy what Bree was doing. So.
Hi.
So,
I got,
so hold on.
3+.
You push me through the Stargate, and does June just go, ah?
Yeah, I'm literally.
Is this your
'cause she's-
first time?
This is her first time through a Stargate too, right? So she's like
It'll be fun. Come on. It'll be fun.
suddenly back like 12 feet, being like,
You guys, that's not cool.
So you go through the gate, you go through the tunnel that really
It's
kind of looks like
cold.
it's right out of Doctor Who.
And sliders.
Yes.
And sliders,
Oh, sliders.
yes, indeed. There's only one tunnel. They just kind of don't use it at the same time.
You know,
You're
Ginsler
just
were
traveling
both done in
through the
Vancouver. It was
strange.
probably the same production house that made the same tunnel effect.
probably.
Yeah. And you come out the other side. It is early morning. The sun's just started rising.
Can I roll to see whether JJ barfs or not? It's her first time
What
through
is
one.
dramatically appropriate for her?
Oh, she's definitely gonna barf. That's it.
Everybody pukes their first time through.
Jessica walks over to JJ and pats her on the back and gives her a piece of gum. It's okay, hon. It happens all the time.
Oh, good. I'm looking forward to that.
Now, like every planet in Stargate, except for like 4 of them, this looks a whole lot like the lower mainland of British Columbia. You are in a field. The grass is low. There's a wind going through the trees. You can smell the river from flowing down the other side of them. Of what actually
Can I
looks
use my
more
investigation
out your
skill? I
ear.
just wanted to know, Derek, how well kept this exact temple around the gate is. Like, has there
Give
been
me a roll.
traffic from the gate? I have
Give me a
a
roll.
2 on that skill, and I rolled 2 negatives and 2 blanks. So is that just a 0?
It's a 0. You're just kind of taking it all in. Holy shit, you're on an alien planet.
Okay.
Tiff, do you want to make a lore check now that you're actually there?
Yes, I do. And I noticed that my lore is actually 4.
Yep,
so...
I took that into account.
Sweet. Okay, so I got 2 pluses, 2 blanks.
6,
And
8,
yeah.
fantastic. Sweet. This could honestly be, it could be a Roman ruin, except that it's not in ruins. This site it's not well tended to, but it certainly looks
the torch
like...
is lit?
Sorry?
The torch is lit? Is the dust
no, the
swept
torches are not
aside?
lit, but then again, it's also early morning.
Okay.
There are big brass basins on either side of the Stargate that look like that have coals in them. The coals have not been lit recently, but they also don't look like they've been left out in the rain.
Okay.
Interesting.
There is writing on the wall behind the gate.
Okay.
And
what about is it like a long walk to go outside, or like is the outside visible from inside the actual temple?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
If she were to look like, I don't know if I have to make another roll for this, but if she looks up at the sky, like, is there like a certain amount of suns or like moons or any sort of?
You know what? Yeah, let's say that you are actually the planet you're on isn't actually a planet.
Okay.
You are on a moon orbiting a gas giant.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, good to know. Okay, so I guess Jessica is gonna go and check out the while everyone's outside. She's gonna check out the writing on behind the Stargate to see if she can figure out any sort of. She's gonna Hoshi it, is what I'm saying. She's gonna see if she can decipher the language.
It's Latin.
Okay. Okay, so guys, I have sort of a big thing to say. This isn't an alien language. This is legit Latin.
Oh, good. So I understand like 2 words. 7-5.
It's a bit hard to understand because as it's Latin, it has no punctuation. There's no spaces between words. Mm-hmm. The U's are all V's.
V's, yeah.
And so it takes you a little bit. You take some pictures, you start writing some of it down just to kind of break up the word order. Mm-hmm. And essentially it is an ode to the god Mars.
Okay.
Oh, great Mars who walks into battle, blah, 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 destroyer of his enemies.
Mars, the bringer of war.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, good. So this is a friendly place.
This is great. This just bodes so well for this mission.
Okay, folks.
Is there
so
any technology?
let's presume.
Other than the Stargate.
Yeah, other than the Stargate, is there anything else kind of in the area that could pass as mechanical?
It looks like there's a pounded path. It's not a full road, but there's certainly a track leading from the temple up towards the hill / mountain thing.
Let's try and keep a low profile and let's all go check it out.
Okay. On our way out of the temple, Dodd, can I take you just a little bit aside, like as the rest of the group is walking away?
Sure.
All I have to say, very quietly, so the other team can't hear. Captain Rollins, you assault me again. I'll make sure the SGC doesn't have a budget allocated enough for 11 teams.
Oh, you just can't take a joke, can you? Don't worry, I do it because I like you.
Let's go see some Romans, shall we?
All right, go see Russell Crowe.
I actually wanted to turn that into a mental attack, but I'll let it roll. That's actually
okay.
I wanted to actually provoke with that threat of turning down his team, which
you have +2 in provoke.
Do it.
Then that's a 4.
Okay. What do I defend with?
You would be provoke. I believe you defend with will.
Okay, so that's a +1. All right, so I'm rolling my dice now. I got 3 blanks and a plus.
Okay, so that's 2. Defend. Yep, you use it against provoke. So you are going to take a hit in your second mental stress box, or you can take a condition.
I'll take a condition.
Take it. It's called respect for taxpayers.
I guess I got to account for these bullets.
I love
All
you,
right,
Mike.
I'll take the condition. Respect for the taxpayers.
Okay.
We don't have enough PvP interactions on this show, so I'm enjoying.
No.
I'm enjoying being
And
the shit kicker.
What that condition is going to cause, Dodd, is that when you are taking any kind of
Reckless action.
mental or social action against Justin, you're going to be
Yeah.
the -2.
Okay, that's fair. Like, Captain Murphy, I get where you're coming from, and you've got a point. So, I'll be a good boy from here on out.
Happy to hear that. Let's go say hi to the Romans.
You follow the path. As you start getting towards the forest, the path has large torches. It's cleared around the sides and has torches stuck into it at even points on either side. And it starts climbing the mountain. It goes in a pretty much a straight line. The forest is cleared to about 20 feet either side of it. And you go up, and when you get to the top of the hill, you are actually looking out down at the city. The path keeps going down, and it starts running parallel to the river. The river just comes out of the rock face. And as it goes down, there's a bridge over the river, and on the other side, this stone bridge, on the other side of the river, it becomes a road. Like an actual, like, Roman road.
Oh, yeah.
Which
With
runs towards the city. The city has high walls. They're about
So they
10,
know how to
15
do.
feet high.
They know how to work their cement out here.
Yeah.
Like that lost recipe of Roman cement.
Can we see into the city?
No, you cannot, because there are the walls.
Oh, they're that high.
Yeah, as you're coming down, you can see over top into the city, but you don't get the best view of it, just because there are walls. There are a lot of buildings built up around the edges of the walls.
Mm-hmm.
And do you want to approach the walls?
I kind of want us to hang back at the top of the hill, see what we can see from the top. Maybe use our binoculars, or actually, Lieutenant Stevens, if you could use the scope on your rifle, kind of want you to take a look around.
Do you want to make
Way
an
ahead of
investigate
you.
check, Alex?
Sure. Okay, rolling. 2 pluses and 2 blanks. And
That's a 6.
Yep.
Whoa.
Awesome. You guys are rolling way better than they did in Valemount. Close. Yeah, you take the scope out. There's like a guard house beside the gate. And you can see a guy in it. And you swear to God, he looks like a freaking Roman legionnaire.
Interesting. As in, straight up Roman legionnaire, nothing really changed, altered, different from what
you
we'd
don't
see in a
really-
textbook.
Yeah, you don't really know enough about Rome. You're not the team's archaeologist. You can't really make out the iconography on his armor or his shield.
We're talking
But-
like full red mohawk helmet and stuff.
No, that he is not a centurion.
Okay.
He has a helmet.
Okay.
It's leather with some metal studs in it.
Okay.
And there's a spear leaning up against the wall. And he looks like he's just waiting.
Huh.
Well,
Seems
now
like
we've
might
seen
be
people.
some sort of gatekeeper or something.
And as you watch the scope, a door opens behind him, and another legionnaire walks out and passes him a cup of something, and they talk. And you can't make out what they're saying.
Okay.
Because you're not Hal.
Can they see us from where we are?
I'm going to assume that you've crouched in the tree line.
Okay.
Or we can all be a little bit down wherever we're looking up over, and we've got
Yeah.
our scout up just a few feet ahead.
And they're not going to notice the glare off of his sniper scope anyway, because they're not going to know what it is.
No, the
So,
sun's also
yeah.
rising behind you, so...
Yeah.
They've also never
So,
seen a reflection before.
Jessica tells everyone like that whatever knowledge she has about it, the fact that they look exactly how illustrations and fossils and ancient finds would describe Roman armor and stuff like that. So
we're not dealing
they
with like Jaffa staff weapons or anything. They're just
full on Roman
walking around
old
doing
time.
as the Romans do.
Yeah.
So Dr. Crenshaw, what should our protocol be? Or if we approach them, should we just say, take us to your leader?
I mean, as funny as that would be, I don't recommend that. If we're assuming that they don't have firepower because they look like they're holding spears, I don't think approaching them would be a bad idea because spears are pretty easy to avoid. But approaching them might freak them the hell out.
Actually, I have an idea. Corporal Jackson, do you have a drone with you, perchance?
Of course I do.
You guys don't have drones since 1998 to 1999.
You just unfold my quadcopter right here.
But I do have the always making useful things school, even in extreme circumstances.
No, you know what?
You always have
JJ
two.
made
That's like
a
your
drone out of
MacGyver
that
thing, though.
mechanical pencil that she was.
Why have I made the mechanical pencil?
Unfortunately,
What
no,
is my
it's not.
purpose?
Would you have a parabolic microphone, maybe? Like that big satellite dish mic thing?
Probably.
I don't see why not.
Yeah, okay. I'll give that to you.
And dig
Let's
around
listen
through
into
this
their
bag
conversation.
Here. Yeah, I can set that up.
Do it up.
That's
So
really
we
up
will-
to Derek to allow that to happen, right?
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
ultimately, it's like again, we are just either gonna approach the gate and say hi, or sneak in the dead of night and I don't know, shock and awe. I mean,
Do you want me to go up ahead since I am the
All
recon?
right. Listen up, you primitive
Screwheads.
screwheads. This is my boomstick.
Yes.
Well, I'm thinking we should let Dr. Crenshaw take point because, well, she can probably speak this Latin language. All I know how to say is Semper Fi. So
There's a reason it's a dead language, but I mean, I can try. But if they notice that I'm the only one talking, they're gonna get suspicious. I suggest that we let our recon dude do his thing.
So, Lieutenant
please,
Stevens,
everyone
how's your
take a
dead
drink when we have
Latin?
the everyone speaks English trope.
It is Stargate. Everybody remarkably speaks English.
They only did the
Everybody-
language thing for like the first two
Everybody
episodes.
speaks chloroform.
I mean, if we knew that out of character, then we should just go.
You just don't know it in character. Nobody
That's very
recognizes
true.
that.
Yeah, it's like exactly. No one actually notices that they all got a babblefish put into their ear. Well,
I suggest that maybe if JJ does have a parabolic mic, we should listen and then send Alex's character, and like just to kind of survey and see if there's another way around.
Well, did you happen to see, or when I was looking through the scope, did there happen to be, let's say, extra uniforms sitting around in that guard
Nope,
tower?
nope.
Okay. So scratch blending in.
Yeah, that would actually be a good idea.
okay, 10 minutes left in the
Whoa.
episode. Make up your minds.
What are you guys gonna do?
I'm not on your team. I'm just here watching, auditing as you're wasting taxpayers' money here. So just come up with a plan.
Okay, so
Well, I guess saying hello probably wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. I mean, we've done it on 100 worlds before.
Universal
mind?
hand wave.
Sir, if we did diverge slightly and I maybe come in and just wait behind a little bit?
Yeah, I kind of want you up on the hill with a rifle, if you don't mind.
My thoughts, exactly.
which
good plan.
means I'm going to be leading the charge. That's just great. Okay, fine. Let's do it then.
All right, Tian, follow Dr. Crenshaw.
So you walk down the hill, walk down the road towards the gate, and they notice you coming, and they step out of it because you're weird looking.
Yep.
Yep.
Wait till I hear my voice.
Yeah, we're keeping our weapons, like they're not slung over our backs, but we're not pointing them at anyone.
No.
They're slung, but they're ready to roll.
Okay, and I guess I stayed where we were but previously, just already perched.
You're in
it's the way
Overwatch position.
it's an image that I've seen. I remember a lot in SG-1 was O'Neill walking in. He's got the gun in front of him, but he's got his left hand over the top in like a defensive, like I'm holding the gun down, but I'm still holding the gun. But it's not at like a readied action. It's at ease, but it's also not holstered, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are they close enough to hear us?
Oh yeah, they're already shouting at you. Like they see you coming.
Okay.
They shout at you.
In Latin?
Yeah.
Damn.
We're gonna go with Latin for right now.
Damn.
Because they're obligatory.
I really want to
Everyone
take that
speaks
drink,
English, will, of
Derek.
course, be peppered with Latin.
Okay.
Good morning, kiss or something.
Go
Okay,
Go
so
away.
maybe leave this to me because that's adorable, but it's not gonna help.
Yeah, she's after doing pig Latin. Orninge.
Okay, so Crenshaw walks towards them very slowly with hands raised to show that she has she has a weapon, but she doesn't have it drawn. So, but the three behind her, she's counting on them to not get her killed, and introduces herself and the crew.
Well, let's RP it out.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So she says it in Latin. She says, "Hello, we are travelers who came upon your city and have questions." That's it.
Are you with the barbarians?
No. Who are these barbarians?
Where did you come from?
Over there.
Yeah. Just hooks her thumb behind her. Just over there.
Okay, I'm gonna make a roll to see if they can put two and two together.
Okay.
They're probably not happy with.
Do I
Oh
know
my
the
god! I
situation
literally
going south?
rolled all blanks.
Okay.
Okay, so they're really
Tiff, if
stupid.
you're having a problem, I can roll rapport and step in here as a representative of the government of the United States of America.
But are you gonna be able to speak Latin?
No, but you'll...
Americus.
They also don't care about your money.
No, I'll
saving
be able to
tactics.
speak, and you can translate for me. You just
That's true.
Sit
That is
back
very
and
true.
be interpreted.
Okay,
Light.
so Crenshaw looks behind her and glances at G-Man and kind of like gives him a look that says, "I need help."
So I'll just put my hand on your shoulder to sort of like, I'm
As
talking
you start
through
walking forward, Justin,
Yeah.
they look at each other, and one of them looks like an idea bulb goes off his head. Did you come through the port of through the Portem Lucem? Did you come through the door of light?
her.
Yes.
I just rolled a 3 on my rapport.
Oh yeah, no, they look like they've been poleaxed. One of them turns around, runs back to the guardhouse, and starts ringing a bell.
Oh,
And then you
okay.
hear other bells starting to
Shit.
go off.
Overwatch.
What did you
I think
tell
we may
them?
need you in a minute here.
And
Yeah.
my guard's
question
looking
is-
at you.
Do I hit the bell or the guard?
Hit the bell. Take it out.
Okay.
Take the bell out.
Okay, they're not taking aggressive
They're
action.
just ringing a
towards you.
bell. We're here. They're letting everyone know we've come through the portal of light.
Yeah.
Okay, hold off.
Just stay ready.
Trigger happy. How did you even get a command?
I love it.
Well, I wasn't killing him. I was shooting the bell.
Okay, so Derek, the one guy's still there.
My report roll.
Oh yeah, no, he's staring at you, mouth open. He's like trying to put it together. My apologies, my lords. I did not know. Please, we will summon the we will summon the Senate immediately.
Okay.
Well, I'm
hope
okay
so.
with that.
All right.
We can speak to someone actually in charge around here.
Okay, and she translates.
I don't think we're gonna need a translator anymore.
No, they're totally speaking English.
They were speaking the
Okay
speaking the
then.
local tongue, and then they kind of went through a couple other phrases before they settled on English. And then when
Fair
we
enough.
reacted to that, they like freaked out because we were speaking this portal of light language.
Yes, we were speaking God's language.
Which is, of course, English.
I'm sorry. There's a line from a Warren Ellis comic. They're in Iceland. Do you speak Icelandic? No, I only speak one language because God was an Englishman.
I wanted to roll the reason I wanted to roll my rapport, Derek, was to de-escalate and sort of calm them down. Just
Oh no,
Where-
they're de-escalated
Yeah.
in that they are not aggressive towards you now.
okay.
They
So
are
they don't think
reverent.
they don't think we're Gua'uld. Basically, they're not freaking out the way.
You're not sure what.
I mean, unless
what
they
they
maybe not
wish
a,
you
maybe,
are,
maybe they
but-
like us. Maybe they think we're all slug gods. But they're not reacting to us as like, oh my god, the evil demigods are back to eat us all.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well then.
Okay.
We got 5
all
minutes to
walk
go. We can just, they ring the bell. We'll alert the Senate. Come back next week to find out what happens.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Next week, meet the Senate.
Meet the Senate.
A tu brute.
For the Senate. And in week 3, we'll kill Caesar.
And in week 4, we'll initiate Order 66.
I was about to say that. Damn it.
Yes, you too can listen to the Terrible Warriors as we slowly destroy all of your favorite democratic systems.
And as we come full circle back into Star Wars.
It can never escape you. Derek, thank you so much for throwing this game. I know this is for his very last second, and it's kind of been we're paying fast and dirty, but I'm enjoying where this is starting. It is feeling like a genuine like opening act of a Stargate episode. So I do really appreciate you pulling this together at the last second, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next.
Fantastic.
This is good.
Well, I'm Derek Barker Chasing Muse. I've been your GM for this evening of this, the first episode of Stargate SG-12, The Shield of Mars. And I'm joined with, let's just go by order of rank.
I've been Mike the Birdman Dodd as Captain Frank Rollins.
And I've been Justin Ecock as Captain Clive Murphy.
Alex as Lieutenant Stevens.
That sounds right. Tiffany as Dr. Jessica Crenshaw.
Bree as Corporal June Jackson.
Apparently, doctors outrank corporals.
Yeah,
We have
I don't-
learned
I
that
don't-
now.
Yeah,
in Terrible
Jessica,
Warriors.
you're a civilian doctor.
God,
You're
I'm
not-
so
you don't have
glad
a military
Shane's not
rank.
here right now. He'd be hitting all of us through the internet.
Yes.
Probably.
And people of the Tauri, take care.
The Terrible Warriors has new episodes every Tuesdays and every Thursdays. Stargate SG-12 will return in 2 weeks' time as we discover that not all on this planet is as it seems. On Tuesday, when you return to us, we are continuing our journey through Masks: The New Generation. Dimensions are collapsing upon themselves in Halcyon City, and our young heroes are running against the clock to try and save not just their city, but all Halcyon cities across the multiverse. But not if Dr. Apocalypse has anything to say about it. And next Thursday, Derek, Will, and Wes return to their own creation in the Parliamentary Republic of Valemount. Our freelance monster hunters begin their journey to the gothic steampunk world of their own creation. And alternating with Masks on Tuesdays, we're recording it this weekend. Voted by you in a Patreon poll, we're gonna play a game called Threadbare. In a broken world, our players will become broken toys. And this is a game where when you take damage, you lose parts of yourself, and you have to find new parts. But be careful, because that arm or that leg or that wheel, they still have the statistics and the characteristics of the toy they once belonged to. And as you slowly replace yourself, at the end of the game, will you still be you? Threadbare begins in 2 weeks' time. And for all the updates on all of our new games that are coming out, follow us on Twitter at Dice Warriors. Check out our schedule at TerribleWarriors.com, as well as the entire archive of all our campaigns we have ever released, available forever for free for you on our adventures page at TerribleWarriors.com. And if you like what you are hearing and you want to hear more and you want to be involved and you want to be named as an NPC or an item or a place in our games, or you want to sit at this very table and join us on a future podcast episode, consider perhaps patreon.com/Terrible Warriors and lending your support to the future of this show. Today's Terrible Warriors were Derek Burrow, Mike Dodd, Tiffany and Compton, Bree Poisonne, Justin Ecock, and Alex. And until we meet again, thank you for listening and supporting the Terrible Warriors.